Welcome to Mark's Motorsports and Farming channel. This video is the July 2021 channel update. Today is July 14th of 2021. So, as far as motorsports goes now, the New Germany Minnesota tractor pull that I posted recently, and those videos are all up now, as are the other tractor pulls that I was able to get to that happened before today. So and this weekend I believe there's one coming up at the same location as the Smoking Show pull. You know, and those are the videos I posted before the most recent pull that was at. And then after the one this weekend, it's, there's at least one pull every week that I've been seeing so far that's coming up, and that's because this whole corona thing has finally settled down enough to where the county fairs are happening this year, whereas last year they did not happen. So that's good news for those of you that have been enjoying the tractor pulling videos I've been putting up. And then there's also some different races happening, that they're mixed in between the tractor pulls. So there is a fair amount of motorsports content happening over the next month or so. And on the farming side, as you can see here, the second crop mixed hay has been cut down and rigged up, and I ended up having a different issue with the baler this time around than the one that prevented me from cutting this sooner than what I did. So I'll point that out once I get to where the baler's at. But because of the baler issue that I had, this hay, unfortunately, I ended up getting 2.41 inches of rain on it, which the damage is not visible just yet, but once things start drying out again, then this might not look as good as it does now. And especially considering how thin you see it is. But and I guess it does go that way sometimes too, you know, where you get one problem fixed and then you run into another one. But where I'm walking to here is where the feed grade oats was seeded, along with new seeding hay. And then I'm not seeing it as much over here as I have noticed in the other field, but once in a while you get stray plants of old stand hay coming through. Like I say, that doesn't seem to be happening here as much as it has been in the other field, but yeah, this oats did get cut off once, and that just regrew and headed out again. But I mean, hopefully it's there, but it's hard to see. But you know, the new hay that I seeded in here along with this oats. And then if some of you might remember from videos earlier this year that, you know, that this field, like I said earlier in this video, was seeded into feed grade oats to help the new hay along, whereas the other field was seeded into certified seed oats that I was hoping to actually harvest grain off of. But there, you know, weeds got in the way, so I couldn't harvest it for grain. I was hoping that the oats would crowd that all out, but guess not. They still found a way to get in there. And then as far as feed grade versus certified seed, the only observation I'm able to make there is that it appeared that the feed grade oats that was here seemed to dry down a little better than the certified seed oats. And part of it might just be, you know, the warm and dry weather pattern that we had for a while there. And then part of that could be, like I mentioned earlier, there's a little more old hay that volunteered its way back in there, back into the field where I seeded the certified seed oats at, than what there is on this one. So that might have kept things a little bit wetter with that too. So in the end, it's hard to make an accurate comparison for the most part on that. Because with different weather conditions than than what we experienced. You know, the certified seed oats might have dried out just as well as the feed grade oats. But anyway, that is what happened this year. Is, you know, the feed grade oats ended up drying down better than the certified seed oats did. But in both of the fields, the weeds appeared to have found their way into the field, and I just, you know, would like to see that the new hay still, that the newly seeded hay is able to thrive, and that we can harvest that for the next few years. And that hopefully the weeds that we're dealing with don't somehow kill the newly seeded hay. And then here's the wheat field at the home place here, and the co-op did come out here and spray this, but certain places like in front here, somehow there's some grassy weeds that escape the chemicals, and now it's pretty sure it's too late now. Now that's headed out, and now that the wheat is headed out and is starting to change color and so forth. But and this is actually the second year in a row that we've had weeds that escape chemicals. I don't know why exactly that ends up happening, but I guess for the most part, from what I can tell from here, you know, overall, you know, doesn't appear to be a very big percentage where there's issue with weeds escaping chemical this time around. And there again, with the heat and dryness and so forth, there has been talk from other sources where the combine might not be able to shell out the wheat, and you know, neither the fan will blow back out, or it'll go through and on the ground, or you know, whatever people are afraid might happen. But those guys have that problem, and I may end up too, because I don't know about you guys, but these do not look like very good big wheat kernels to me. But I have asked to have somebody come out and look at this. You know, you know, see what kind of a crop there might be out here. If it'll go into the grain tank on the combine, or you know, what they think might happen. So I guess it's more of a wait and see for the most part right now. I mean, I'd say we're about a month yet away from harvesting. I mean, maybe not quite a full month, but it'll at least be sometime in August, you know, when this gets harvested. Now I'm headed in the direction of the baler, and I'll see if I can show you what all happened and why that hay's still laying out there. Whereas I would have much rather showed you guys a nice clean field with a few bales sitting around on it. Yeah, we're getting the grain trucks ready. Hopefully there is a crop that we can haul, so they're getting that ready. Hope for the best. I guess I'll have to sit you guys down for a little bit in order to open that up. So here's what ended up happening. As you can see, there's a chain that goes from that small sprocket there to the big sprocket over here, and there's another one goes from that sprocket, that inside one there, over to this one. So somehow one of them broke and probably caused the other one to break along with it. So you know, and why exactly it does that every so often, I don't know, but one thing we've been noticing is, you know, that build up there, and then it comes up to here and lays above the wind guard on the pickup, and it keeps piling up to right about here. And then once it gets high enough, it dumps out and back onto the ground. But that's another thing that makes sense. That does not make sense right there. Is, you know, why it seems to keep grinding hay sometimes rather than baling it. I mean, yes, there is some chaff, but it's one of those problems that happens, but shouldn't happen. But yeah, it's just a matter of putting connector links back on those two chains, and then we can use it again. I likely will not be able to get video yet of that baler, you know, baling that second crop mixed hay, because you know there's because I gotta see how the monitor that just got fixed is set up. You know, there's two different ways, and one way allows me to get you guys video of it, and the other way does not, because that requires more concentration. So, and the fact that I had to use it the second way for the last of the first crop areas that I did is why you guys saw cutting and raking videos, but no baling videos to follow up. So and those of you that watched the video of where I was cutting that second crop mixed hay down may have heard me mention about some of the grass that's close to being ready. And where I'm at now is one of the areas, you know, there's a smaller chunk up here that I don't think ever was cropland that I know about, but then there's another bigger area out here that can become cropland, but just hasn't happened since this came out of the government program that it was in. But hopefully this fall we'll be able to plow all that up and have one big field, because there's two areas in here that have oats in them right now, and you know that we want to get harvested off. And there again, probably in a month or so. Yeah, August is the typical harvest month in Minnesota for small grains. So see, either the smaller area here, or otherwise the bigger area out here where it's tillable would be probably be the next video you see of hay getting cut, because I'm pretty sure that this will go next week now. There'll be enough to where I can cut it down and therefore get a third crop of grass like I've been able to do the last couple of years. But that's, I think that pretty well does it as far as things that that pertain to this channel. So otherwise, if I ended up missing something, then certainly let you guys know in an upcoming video. But be sure to stay tuned for the videos that are coming up. You know, both on the motorsports side of things and on the farming side of things. The next video you'll see after this one will be when I was raking the second crop mixed hay. And that's where having those two chains break on the baler that I showed you earlier, then I'm adding to what's already causes some frustration, just because it would have been nice to get that baled up ahead of the rain that we just got, but instead the rain ended up getting on the hay before the hay got baled. But with that, I thank you guys for watching my videos. I certainly appreciate that. Be sure to click on the like button, and be sure to click on the subscribe button if you haven't already. And then once you're subscribed, then be sure to click on the bell, and then you'll get notified whenever a new video gets posted to the channel. Be sure to follow Mark's Motorsports and Farming channel on Facebook as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you later.